Yay! Hi, YouTube. Thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I'm really excited to be here and to talk about the Beach Boss influencers today. I hope everyone's having a good day. I made a realization yesterday that I'm really proud of. So, since November, I've been doing standing strength workouts on YouTube, and I'm just different weights. I think I got up to 15 pounds, 20 pounds for my exercises, and a lot of them involve like core strength. And I actually did a sit up for the first time ever, not ever, first time in a million years because I don't have core strength, but I think like since working out with weights since November, I actually have core strength now, which is pretty cool. Like me being able to do a sit up is really weird. I don't know how many sit-ups I can actually do at once, but one of them is exciting for me. Yeah. Can you guys do sit-ups? If so, how many can you do? Hi, Amanda. Thank you for joining. Hi, Live Panic. Thank you for coming. I hope you're having a good day too. And how's the weather where you guys are? Is it cold? Is it nice? It's like sunny here, but still pretty chilly. Gary said, hello, Heather. Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining. So today I'm really excited to talk about. There was a bing. Did you guys hear the bing? I'm excited to talk about the Beach Boss influencers again. They have some fantastic content. And was gonna do their I was gonna do their podcast, but then like the last episode, I had nothing to say. I didn't even know what was going on in the podcast. I wouldn't have even been able to provide any commentary on it, so I decided not to do it. Then I was gonna do their podcast today, but like I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. Can you guys hear those dings? I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen for a second, see if I can get rid of the dings. I don't know what those dings are. I don't know what the dings are. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. We might hear some dings. Sorry, Love Panic. Because it's on my husband's computer, right? And I'm like, I don't see anything that could be causing dings, but oops. And Micaiah said, yes, we can hear the dings. We might have some background music today. Hi, Heather. I'm new to your content and I'm really appreciating it. You're doing great work. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I love my tiny little corner on the internet and I appreciate you coming and joining and listening to my rambling. So, welcome and thank you. Okay, so we might hear some dings, but that's okay. So, are my thingies on? Yes, they are. Okay, I'm ready to go and I hope you guys like this video.
Hey there, I'm super excited to be.
Sorry, I didn't even say who the Beach Boss influencers are. They're a group of 5 women who coach individuals in the multi-level marketing industry. So they are our favorite MLM coaches.
Here with you today. My name is Fran Loebscher. I'm one of the co-founders of Beach Boss Influencers, where we coach and mentor network marketers to make more money in less time using social media and automation. And today's episode is all about how to invest in yourself to grow your network marketing business this year.
Investing in ourselves is great. And I think a big issue with a lot of these trainings is a lot of it is reasonable when applied to your everyday life, and she'll sprinkle in really reasonable tips and advice about how to invest in ourselves, and then she'll throw in quickly investing in our business too. So it's kind of goes between each one, and it makes it seem like to invest in your business, to spend money on MLM training, is to invest in yourself and make yourself a better person. And I have an issue with that.
Let me know if you're joining me, but let me know if this has brought up a little bit of angst, if you've suddenly got like a sweat going on thinking, oh, I need to invest in myself, I need to spend money on myself in order to grow my business. This isn't all about spending money on yourself, but I am going to be talking about that as well. But let me know if that has brought on a little bit of angst, because, you know,
Why do you want to know if it's brought on a little bit of angst if you say you have to invest in yourself in the new year? It's none of your business if it brought on angst or not. And if it did bring on angst, then that's an issue that we need to address with a loved one or with a therapist, because someone on YouTube should not be like someone on YouTube saying something so vague and broad should not be making us sweat and putting us into angst, you know? And I already put this up, but invest in yourself equals buy our courses. Yes, you will see. You will see. She tells us to do that.
I was a dentist. I went to university for 5.5 years, actually 6.5 because I failed first year. Total honesty with you here today. But I invested, or my parents.
We learned how she failed her first year of university and she had some guilt over that and she had to overcome it to move on, right? But who cares? Like, who cares? You are probably in your 50s now, 60s. I don't know how old she is. You were 18, 19. You were a child. It's okay that you failed the first year of university, in my opinion. And I don't think it has anything to do with who you are now. And we don't really need to be mentioning it now. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical. Let's actually let her talk for a second.
Parents invested a lot of money in order to get that degree, in order to be able to practice as a dentist. And so when it came to building a network marketing business, building that little side gig to start out with, I didn't think that I needed to invest any money in myself in order to grow my business, because my upline was going to teach me everything that I needed to know, except that didn't work. And let me know if you can relate to this. Let me know if your upline tells you that they're going to tell you everything that you need to know. It's things that, you know, they've got all the experience and they can teach you, except that maybe what they're doing is not working for you. Maybe it's not effective. Maybe they built their business 15, 20 years ago. Maybe they had, massive influence. Maybe they had a network that had massive influence over their network. And so when they just said jump, everybody jumped and their business grew, and they don't know how to teach you how to grow your business. Okay.
I have two things to say. So, investing in your education to become a dentist and investing in MLM training courses is not the same thing. They're not equivalent. Even if you don't end up becoming a dentist or doing what you studied in university, you still learn really valuable transferable skills, like maybe writing, maybe research, maybe problem solving, public speaking, teamwork, that can be transferable to other work environments. So they always like to say, oh, well, you're not even working in the field that you went to school for. It's like, it doesn't matter, because I use my skills, I use the value that's attributed to a college or a university degree or diploma to get a different job. It doesn't matter. And she's making it seem like, well, my parents invested all this money for me to get my degree. So why wouldn't you invest in your little side gig? Because even though your upline will tell you that they can train you and they can teach you everything about running your business, chances are they're not going to be able to support you. And of course, you're going to need to seek support elsewhere. Why? It's so strange to think about this in an average employment environment where my boss is my trainer, like trains me, or my boss's boss, but I'm not told to go out and seek additional training on my own dime, on my own time, in order to be successful at my job. I feel like that should be a red flag. If we can't find success without paying for expensive, fancy training, then why is it so hard? Why can't we find success just by listening to our leader or our upline, who probably promised that they're going to walk hand in hand with us and they're going to help us through our business, because we're in business for ourselves but not by ourselves, right?
So let me know if you can relate to that. I'm actually going to give you 4 tips in order to grow your network marketing business this year and how to invest in yourself. Okay. But the first thing that I want you to remember, a lot of what you're taught in school is not serving you, in that in school, things are right or wrong. It's black or white. It's, this is either right or it's wrong. And you're either going to pass or you're going to fail. You were either going to, get everything right, or it is wrong and you're going to fail. Okay. And this thought.
That's false. That's false. I'm thinking about the class I was best in, music. There's 6 million different ways to play the same song on the flute, on the clarinet, on the saxophone. Thinking English, there's no one right way to do English. There's no one right way to write a political science essay. That's false. And even if it's like math and science, yes, there is a right or wrong answer, but there are also different ways to get to that answer. So even if you happen to get your answer wrong, if you showed your work and you had a lot of the correct steps in your work, then you will probably still get some marks, even though you got the answer wrong. So that's false. In my opinion, the way I was brought up in school, there was not a right or wrong answer. There's like 10 different answers. Do you have that same experience? She's wrong. I think she's wrong here.
Process that is instilled in us right throughout school, that things are right or wrong, is wrong. It is wrong because, in life, it's not that black and white. It's everything is, in that gray area where is it effective or is it ineffective? Okay. So don't be afraid, number one, to get into business. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to take action. Okay. Because it is only by taking action, making mistakes, failing, okay, that you can evaluate, turn around, and improve. Okay. That you can evaluate what is effective, what wasn't effective, and what might I do differently. That's the first thing is making sure that.
So she's telling us that what's instilled in us in school with right or wrong is not serving us because of how we were raised in school. We're going to go into our business and think we're either extremely successful in making a bunch of money or we are failing and not making any money and therefore we need to quit. So she's saying we need to see it more of like a gray area. Like, yeah, we're not making money right now, but we could make money later down the road. So we need to stay in it and we need to be invested and sacrifice. That's what I think she's getting at, in my opinion. I think it's just a way for us to stay in the company longer, of course, because it's like, no, we're not failing. We're just in a different season of life because we can't see things as black and white. We have to see them in the middle as a gray area. Hey, Jeanette, thank you for joining. We're watching a video on the Beach Boss Influencers, who are an MLM coaching company. Thank you for joining.
That you are not afraid of taking action because it might be right or wrong, but rather getting into action and then being able to evaluate, well, was that effective or was it not effective? What worked? What didn't work? What might I do differently? Okay, so that's the first thing.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have a lot to say. That's a great practice in day-to-day life, like critically analyzing what your actions, how you handle the situation, and determine whether or not you are able to improve in that area. That's great. But doing that in the MLM industry, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're like, okay, I was trying to get to Diamond and Beachbody. I didn't get there at my time during my time frame. What can I do better? What can I change? The only thing you can really change is talking to more people. However, it doesn't really matter if you talk to more people. I said this a million times. Unless you talk to people who don't know that Beachbody is a scam, they're not going to join you and you're not going to get to Diamond. So critically analyzing and evaluating your activities and seeing where to improve is not going to help you in an MLM. It's just not.
The second thing is I want you to think about investors. As businesses grow and as investors invest in the stock market, they always know to diversify their investments, to diversify what they're putting their money in and what they're putting their time into, which is super important because you don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. Now, when it comes to growing your network marketing business, okay, what I mean here is there are going to be 4 things that you're going to invest your money and your time in. Okay. The first thing is in your business. Okay. So it might be educating yourself on more effective ways to build your business. There will be a link above this video to help you do that, to help you build your business effectively using social media so you can get more sales in less time and use social media and use automation in order to grow your business. Okay.
Live Panic, you were right. See, one of the ways to invest in yourself is invest in your business. And the only way to invest in your business effectively is to buy these ladies' courses. You were right, Live Panic. How did you know?
Okay. So the first thing is investing in your education. Okay. Just like when I finished school, and I don't know where you were at, let me know if you went to university or college, wherever you're at in the world, whatever you like to call it. But we seem to have this problem in that when we want to learn new skill sets for our side gig, for our business, for your network marketing business that everybody thinks is just a little fun gig, is just your little side gig, is just your little plan B, but it doesn't need a serious investment because it's never really going to work because people aren't successful building network marketing businesses, except people are. And the people who are successful are those people who take their businesses seriously, those people who invest in their education to learn how to build effectively online or offline, if that is what floats your boat. But
those who are successful are those who take their business seriously and invest in their education. Anyone who's been in an MLM who invested in MLM coaching, did that actually help you build your business, and not just build your business, but actually gain significant financial or significant income? Not just simply profiting, but actually like potentially replacing your part-time or your full-time income? I doubt it. I doubt that. I doubt that like investing in these kinds of courses actually help MLM people make lots of money. What do you think? Tell me your experience. Like do an accounting course, bookkeeping course, etc. Right? That's another great point, William. Also, thank you for joining. It's really cool that you're here. Anyone who actually owns a business, small, large, whatever, what kind of investments do you put into your education? Do you do, like William just said, accounting, bookkeeping, marketing? Maybe do you go to like the local community college and do like a one-off course, or do you do like a diploma, or do you want to get a course credit? What kind of education do you do? If you are if you are if you are an actual business owner, do you do mindset work? Do you do this kind of bullshit mindset work? A few people answered this question in an earlier stream. One person said, I own a gallery. Mindset has nothing to do with my business. I take marketing courses. Another person said, I have a mobile like laundromat business, which is super cool. That's awesome. I don't do any mindset, right? So other than MLM, being a small business owner does not mean you're focusing on your mindset. Why am I blabbing so much? I had a really stressful day at work, and I'm like really excited to just be like talking about scams, and this will help me like unwind. And so I'm really grateful that there's 8 whole people here. 8 whole people are watching me. How fun is this? Okay, I'm gonna slow down. Sorry. Julie A always says she never ranked up any further after joining Ray's coaching. Yeah, because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. All of it. All of it. Hey, the Clown Town. Thank you for joining. It's so awesome to see you both here. If you are not already subscribed to the Clown Town, which I'm sure you are, please go subscribe to them. They are fantastic and they are funny. So go subscribe right away, right now. Do it. Hi, y'all. Hi, Johnny. Thank you for coming. We're here for the blab. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to keep going.
Right now, online is working. Right now, people don't have the time to do, home parties and all those things. So online is what's working and is duplicating, and what your new team members will want to do as well, because that's where everybody's hanging out. Okay. So having that mindset that, and it may come from your husband, it may come from your parents, it may come from your peers who think you just need to get a normal job, a 9 to 5, trust yourself that it will work, but it's going to need an education in order to learn the skill sets in order to build your business.
I have stuff to say. Stuff that you actually need to know at least some basics of, like accounting and finances. Exactly. Or like a basic math course, right? That's a great point. You're awesome, Heather. Thank you. Oh, you're awesome too. Thank you for coming. That's so nice. So if my husband was like, hey, I'm concerned about you because of ABC, I would not just be like, no, I'm going to trust myself. I don't like just blindly accept what he says, but if he's expressing concern about me, I take it seriously and I think about it and I go, where is the validity in this? Because there always is validity in it. If your spouse, your family, your loved one wants what's best for you and it's a healthy a healthy, nice relationship. It's different if you have a toxic or manipulative relationship with someone. I'm not talking about that. But if your husband is worried about you being in your MLM, you should take that seriously and you should ask them questions about why they're worried. And you should make that decision together. Because when you are in a partnership like a marriage, what you do impacts your spouse and potentially impacts your children. So joining an MLM should be a joint decision, it should be a family decision. She's already trying to shield you from your hater friends, right? Ugh. And I don't have anyone being like, you should not work at your workplace. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't have anyone doing that. And I don't have to sit there and justify my decision to work where I'm working to my friends and family. Accounting because a proper business needs to be audited, file taxes, etc. Interesting. And also, I think, like, so marketing course, like a marketing course to figure out how to like create cool ads and like graphic design would also be relevant too, right? But marketing is different than network marketing, right? Like you could actually go to the community college and take a night marketing course, right? And like you should trust your friends and family enough to at least try to take their advice into consideration. Yeah, not just I automatically say yes and I'll automatically do whatever you say, but just, okay, I'm going to listen and I'm going to think about it, right? That's a great point. Unless it's a hush cash gig. Yeah, we need to file taxes. You're right. Taxes suck. When are taxes due in the United States? Ours are due soon, but we already did it. We did it early and it took us 2 whole hours. It was terrible.
Number 2 is thinking about finances. So when it comes to finances, what is important is knowing, and maybe right now you don't have a problem, don't have a tax problem maybe, but it will come. And so understanding how to manage your finances is important, and understanding how to manage your finances going forward, so that as you make the money that you want to make, and maybe you make a lot of the money that you want to make, that you know how to make sure that you're putting your money into various buckets, if you like. So maybe
Is she going to tell us that we need to make a profit and loss statement to figure out how much we are actually making in our business? Probably not, because that would show that people are going into debt, especially after purchasing your freaking training, and they're more likely to quit. Because we know in MLMs, there are so many hidden costs, like stupid MLM training, like the conferences, like the new product releases, like your personal volume requirements. There are so many. And if someone were to actually sit down with a spreadsheet and figure it out, they would see that they're probably not making any money, in my opinion. I also feel like for business, you have to have some one-on-one or public speaking skills to be able to communicate what you want to get done. And MLMs just teach word salad. That's a good point. Yeah, you're totally right. You need to be able to communicate clearly and effectively with your customers so they'll actually want to come back too. That's a good point. When it comes to finances, find a certified accountant or financial advisor. Fantastic point. I was watching a stream of Danielle Ryan where it was like a financial coaching course that helps people how to get out of debt. And I was so confused about that because where I live, there are charities all over the place that have financial literacy courses where there are actually like qualified financial advisors who get training to be financial educators, and they will work one-on-one with people to actually help them figure out how to get out of debt for free. And this is not the point of this at all, but so sad that people in debt were being tricked and manipulated into paying, I think it was like $1,000, $2,000 to help them get out of debt. Did anyone see that stream? It was great. It was great. So is she going to go over the fact that you're taxed on all winnings? Because that's totally sound advice when it comes to MLMs. That's an amazing point. Probably not.
putting money aside for tax, you're putting money aside for your savings, you're putting money aside for your retirement, you're putting money aside for fun, you're putting money into different buckets so that you don't burn through all your money, okay? So that it
But the people in MLMs are probably not making enough money to be doing that, to put aside money for taxes and vacation and whatever, because a lot of people who join these companies are in a really financially vulnerable situation, and they probably don't have that much money to just throw around, and that's why they're in the MLM in the first place. And by purchasing your training, they're going to go into even greater debt, and they're going to have even less money for taxes. Yeah, I saw Daniel's stream. It was awesome. It was so good. I loved it. It was so good. So predatory. I hated what the woman was saying, but I love Daniel's stream.
It is prioritized as to where it needs to be. And it may be that you're putting money aside for investing in your business. Maybe you're putting money aside to invest in advertising to grow your business even more. Okay. How much can you afford to put in there? Making sure that you put money aside for tax, that you put money aside for your family, you've put money aside for your vacation, you've put money aside for all the things that are important. Okay. The third thing that is important to invest in.
They probably can't afford to do any investments into their business because they're not an actual business owner. They're a contractor. They're an employee. Why is an employee paying for their own training? An employee should get their training for free. And like we've been talking about here in the chat, if you're a small business owner, you can go and get actual training from qualified instructors, qualified teachers, and it will actually help you grow your business. If you're a business owner of any size, tell us what kind of education you've investigated, you've looked into yourself, and if you're comfortable with it, like how it helped your business, not necessarily just financial, but also like how it helped you communicate, like the Clamtown said, how it helped you get new customers, or how it helped you with your customer service. I'm starving. I'm so hungry. Don't mix business and personal expenses. Good point. Put money aside for growing your business. It's not going to grow your business. It's not. Good point, Johnny.
Is your health. Because if you don't invest in your health and look after your health, then nothing's going to matter. Let's be honest. So this doesn't mean a financial investment. It may mean that you're making sure that you're eating well, you're making sure that you're drinking enough water, you're making sure that you're taking care of yourself. It might be that you making sure that you spending time for your spiritual time. You're allowing time for spiritual time every day. It may be that you're allowing time, you're making sure that you're spending time exercising, whether it's just going out for a walk, whether it's going for a run, whether you invest in a personal trainer, whatever it is, whether you join a gym, that you make sure that you're prioritizing your health. Important, super important to make sure you're prioritizing your health. And
that's not untrue. It's not. I think it's important for me to exercise 5 days a week. It's really important because I have strength goals, right? I decided back in November, I'm just going to do strength because I couldn't open doors. I couldn't lift shit, right? And so now I'm actually getting stronger and I'm seeing changes in my body and it's really cool. So that's a really important part for me. And way to invest in myself too is watching hockey games with my husband, going for bike rides with my husband. But we are in a privileged enough position where we have the finances to purchase said bikes. We have the finances to purchase little dumbbells. We have the ability to do that. We have the time to do that. But if you're a single parent who is working full time with 3 kids, and then you're told you also have to invest in your business, so you're doing like this course, and you're also trying to build your business, like the 2 hours when your kids go to bed. What else? You're also doing all your team calls. Like, how are you supposed to fit it all in as a single parent? So you're taking care of your kids, you're working your business, you're taking care of yourself, you're exercising, you're eating well, you're going for walks, and you are doing your course. I might have forgotten something. Like, not everyone is privileged enough to be able to do all of those things, to be able to fit all of those things into only one day. It's only one day. Does that make sense? So not all of us have the time, not all of us have the money. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can get free credit counseling here in the US as well, right? Yeah. She's giving unsolicited financial advice. I totally agree. That's all good advice outside of an MLM. Yeah, and she's kind of sprinkling it in, right? She's saying, like, take care of yourself, exercise if you want to. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body, which is true. And then pay money into your MLM, into my coaching that's not actually going to help you, and it's just going to put you into even greater debt. She's assuming we all spend a lot of money on all kinds of stuff, right? I think like my husband and I spent money on our bikes. We spent a little bit of money on maintaining said bikes so we can ride them. We spent what else? Oh, I spent a little bit of money on getting a little collection of dumbbells. And that's what we spent on taking care of ourselves. Joining late. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. William says, or just do all that during a live stream, i.e. work. Yeah. And Lisa, we're talking about the Beach Boss influencers today, and they're telling us how to invest in ourselves in 2023. Well, no, invest in yourself and grow your business. And then the Clown Ton said, hi to Lisa. I spend money on my dog. I spend money on Tim Hortons. I love me some Tim Hortons. Get an ice cap with milk instead of cream, and then an egg and cheese on a 4-cheese bagel. I went and got that today for breakfast. Delicious. Tim Hortons and Starbucks. Yeah, that's what I spend money on. Oh, and Carol, what kind of dogs do you have? Do you have multiple dogs? Are they big dogs? Are they little? Tell us about your dogs, please. You're welcome. You didn't really miss that much exciting stuff.
The fourth thing to invest your time and your money in, and this may need a financial investment, or this investment may be a part of the education investment, is your personal growth. Because to be honest, if I look at most of our students, and if I look at even myself, 99% of what...
Ooh, Carol. Hi, 8 dogs, Chihuahuas to Great Dane. Woohoo! I love dogs. We live in a dog-free place, a pet-free place, but when we're able to, we want to get a little wiener dog with the little mini short legs. We think they're just the cutest dogs ever. But 8 dogs, that's amazing. That's so cool. So cool. I love dogs. I need a doggy. Wow, 8 dogs, right? My dad has a cute dog, really cute dog. His name is Muddy, and he is Nova Scotia duck collar retriever. So cute. So cute. Was an animal rescue as a foster family for years and ended up with lots of dogs. Ooh, cool. That's nice. I love dogs.
Kept me stuck was not the skill sets, was not learning how to do it. It was what was happening in the 6 inches between my ears. And so what is really important to make sure that you're investing in your personal growth, investing in you. Okay.
Why do we need that as an entrepreneur? Aren't these skills and the tactical things more important as an entrepreneur than the mindset? I think not everyone needs mindset work. If you do need it, you can find things on YouTube. You can seek therapy if it's available to you. I love wiener dogs. My grandpa always talks about how smart they are. Aw. I love tiny dogs. It doesn't need to be a wiener dog, but like definitely a lap dog. Like a little guy.
Okay. Now remember, if you invest money, you're going to get compound interest. And so your investment, if you invest, say you invest $1,000 a year in whatever, okay? In 25 years' time, you won't have $25,000. You will have a lot more than $25,000 because of compound interest. And I want you to look at your investment in yourself and your...
Maybe if it's like investment with a bank, sure, but I don't like that you're insinuating that you're going to get such a high return on your investment for MLM. I think we watched the 100 million mastermind or something, and they said they guaranteed a 10 times ROI. So you buy in for $100,000, they're like, you're going to make $1 million. You're going to make $1 million because of our program, because of our training, even though there's no way to like show a true cause and effect, right? It's no way to show this training led to this ROI. And there's also no actual like credit for the individuals who are getting that big ROI, right? It's always focused on like the training company gets all the credit. And so anytime people who are in Beach Boss influencers make any amount of money, it's only because of the Beach Boss influencers, not because of my own autonomy as a human adult, right? my heart's pounding. I gotta relax. They always say learning the business isn't important, only mindset. Crazy. Yeah. And if we're a small business owner and entrepreneur, we need to learn the business. Like William said, we need to learn taxes and accounting and bookkeeping so we don't get in trouble, right? I'm missing all these comments. Have fun. How fun is this? Is she insinuating that MLMs create compound interest? Yes, I think she is. The all or nothing mindset is so alarming. I work privately, and if my clients told me that I have to be on fire for their family and 100% committed, I let them know I'm not the nanny for them. Weird. That's a good point. My eye's itchy. My eye's itchy. Oh, can you believe how long it is taking her to get around to pitching her course? We get it. Invest in yourselves. Now get on with it. Sounds like Ray guaranteeing he can make a better return than our IRA for real estate BS. Spoiler alert, we asked him in DMs and he can't. He said he can't guarantee it. It's on video, Ray. I missed that. Which video was that? Because I remember seeing, I think Gus was like getting ready to send that message out, but I missed his response. Can you let us know what video it was? I don't know how to make people mods because I know you can't like send links, or you could just tell us the title. If you could tell us the title, then I'll put it in my phone and then I'll go watch that video if you want to. Thank you. But if we spend all the money like she recommended earlier, we don't have any to invest, right? Then we have no more money for you. Hey, from Victoria. Hi, Mark. Yeah, Live Panic didn't know that he responded too. Let us know. Oh, it's not in the video yet. The Clown Town said. We got his response this morning. We will update you soon. Okay, good. Awesome.
Education, in your health, in your personal growth, and in looking after your finances is going to have the same compound interest. It's not going to be a linear growth. It is going to be it's going to compound. So you'll have a growth. So instead of, here's your investment, here's time. And instead of the investment just going straight up like that, it is going to grow exponentially with time. Okay.
Boo. That's false. Don't be dishonest, please. Don't do it. Don't do it. His real estate BS was at the beginning of that live. Yep. We haven't talked about his response yet because it was recent. Okay. Yes, he doesn't have a real estate license and he can't guarantee shit. You're right. He doesn't. Things you can't say. Oh yeah, related to what she just said about your investment like going up. Yes. I wonder, are MLM coaches are they allowed to do income claims too? Because they're not technically advertising for the MLM, they're advertising for their coaching, right? And they're doing the income claims to make people think that they're in the right industry and that they need their help to get to their fancy high income. I imagine it'll be more like a bell curve. Yep. And then Mark said all these MLMers are the same. Totally, Mark.
So the first thing was change your thought process. The second thing was you need to diversify your investment. The third thing I want to talk about is how and where to invest in yourself. Okay. And down to doing your research. Do your research and find out people who can serve you, who have been where you're at, who are where you want to be, okay, who are still not only talking the talk, but walking the walk. In other words, there are a lot of coaches.
I wonder if the coaching industry in general is accountable to those, because I remember Danielle Ryan saying somewhere that there's no regulation to it and they can just pretty much say whatever they want in those coaching businesses. So I wonder if there are actually like any laws that they just ignore, or if it's just an unregulated industry.
Coaches out there, a lot of network marketing coaches. And I'm not going to diss any network marketing coach, but I will say that there will be some network marketing coaches who are not actively building network marketing businesses and therefore are teaching from theory rather than from practice, or maybe built network marketing businesses 10, 15 years ago. And what they're teaching now is not really effective. Okay. So, people who are teaching from experience and not just from theory. Okay. People that you resonate with. This is
I'm not going to diss any other coaches, but a lot of them were in MLM like 10 years ago. So what they're teaching now is kind of bullshit. So you need to find people who are still in it now. But if you watch my first Beach Boss Influencers video, Lift Panic actually pointed this out to me. They said they were in like $50,000 of debt. And then Lift Panic was like, wait, if they went into so much debt, why would people pay them for MLM coaching, right? What was my point? Oh, yeah, she's saying that because they were in MLM before, or they currently are, then you should go with them because they know how to actually teach us to find success. They know how to teach us. Oh no, you're right. It's definitely an unregulated industry. Yeah, and that's weird. Lady, it's a beeping scam. Yes, Mark. What? What's the what related to? Oh, 50 grand in debt. Yeah. And I don't know if it's between all 5 of them or just like one of them. I don't know because there are 5 women, but it was on their website. In the first ever video I did of them, we went through the whole site and it said they were in significant debt. Lift Panic, if you're still here, do you remember the exact amount? I feel like it was 50, but they didn't indicate like how it was divided among them. NSSG. What does that mean, William? I'm not sure.
Important because if you don't resonate with the people that you're going to invest in, you're probably not going to jive with them. It's not going to ring true, and you may not get the results that you want to get. Okay, that have a good track record. Okay, have a look at.
That's fair, Lift Panic. It was a long time ago. I just was wondering if you remembered
the testimonials that are out there. Okay, and I'm going to put a little asterisk there. Okay, because there may be some bad reviews on every single course out there. Because some people, and let me know if you agree with this, some people think that they're going to invest a lot of money in a training, and just by investing in the training, somehow by osmosis, all the information is going to get into their brain, and they're going to see the results, and they don't take any action. They don't actually get into the course. They don't learn the skill sets, and they don't take the action that is required in order to get results. So
for my Amazon publishing mindset video, the guy was saying that you can't just go in and assume you're magically going to have 10K months in Amazon publishing, and you need to like do the course, have an open mind, come in as a blank slate, listen to the Mickelson twins, do exactly what they tell you to do, and then you will find success. But here she's making it seem like the problem is us because we want to find success just through osmosis. But what about the way you're representing your program? Maybe if a bunch of people are having the same thought process that it's an issue with you need to figure out your marketing. You need to figure out what narrative you're pushing and make it more realistic so people don't assume they're going to have automatic success. And she's telling us how to find the right network marketing coach. It needs to be someone who's still in the industry. It needs to be someone who resonates with us. We need to look at the reviews, but not believe all of them, because the negative reviews are going to be those weirdos who just wanted to have success through osmosis. So don't listen to those ones. I missed some comments. AKA Colleen, yes. Maybe I'll do a video on her because she's a big coach, and I didn't even think of doing that, but thank you for bringing that up. At least she's not oversharing this time. Yep. That second podcast video we did on them, there was some weird oversharing there for sure. Because that's what they're told, right? I highly doubt it's any different with your programs. Blame the customer if it doesn't work. Yes, because they weren't engaged. They didn't want to actually do what they told you, what you told them to do. It's their fault. Yeah. The video is not a convincing plug for their product. Right, Lift Panic?
I'm going to give that a proviso, get testimonials from the people who are actually doing the course and taking the action. Okay, because if they're taking action, they'll be seeing the results. Okay, all right. You know, when it comes to your finances, and this is personal.
Get testimonials from those who are actually taking the action and getting results. Just like we hear people in MLM say, don't talk to people who failed Monate to see if you want to join. Talk to people who are at the top of Monate, who the scam worked for, and who are making millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars off of their downline.
Your personal development as well is making sure that you might have to change your money mindset. You may have grown up
money mindset. I'm just going to respond to this comment, then we'll listen to her. That's a lie. People who work their asses off in MLMs don't do well either. Yeah, you can do everything you're told. I've said this a million times. I feel like every anti-MLM video everywhere has. Do exactly what you're told. Follow the systems of your upline. Do MLM coaching. Commit everything. Sacrifice time with your spouse and your family and your kids, and you're still not going to find success. And then when you don't make any money, they're going to tell you it's your fault because you don't have the right mindset. You don't have the right money mindset. So it's your fault. You don't have the right intention when you're going about your income producing activities. The gaslighting. It's the gaslighting to me, right? And it's so interesting when in the Amway videos we heard Dexter Yeager and Rich DeVos in like the 80s do the same thing, do the very polite gaslighting. And I feel like gaslighting is even more harmful in a way when it's done really politely because you don't necessarily know you're being gaslit. What do you think?
Never having money. You may have grown, literally living with your parents, living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe not even having enough money at the end of the month to put food on the table. And you may have grown up thinking, oh, you always need to work really, really, really hard. That's my mother. Always need to really work really, really hard in order to earn money. Okay. And, so I was always of the mindset that my calendar needs to be full.
You need to work hard to make money unless you're like Steve Jobs, because you need to go and go during your workday, do the tasks that are assigned to you, and then go home. Like you do need to, unless you are a billionaire. So yes, ma'am, that is true. And of course, she didn't call it broke mindset, but of course, we're not finding success because we're not open to it. Our internal attitude, internal beliefs about money, I think this was in our second podcast or first, I don't remember. It's creating a barrier around us, and also like our baggage from when we were a child and us wanting to be approved by others. It's all creating a barrier around us, and we will not have the success we want to have unless we fix our money mindset, our attitude about money, unless we love ourselves, unless we address our baggage and just tell people our traumatic experiences, and then we'll be able to find success. I'm waving my hands around. Most of us aren't trust fund babies with nepotism baked empires behind us. Most of us have to work hard to survive, unfortunately. Yes. Brilliant point. If thinking about money made money, people wouldn't join MLMs. They'd just think about money. No one would work. No one would work. Right? Or people would work like part-time. People would work like half the week. Because if I could work less and still make a good salary where I can plan for like my husband's and mine retirement already at a relatively young age and have savings, because I do value that, right? I do want to have a good salary for me. If I could work less and still get the same salary, oh, I would do it for sure. Yes, I work hard and I get paid for my hard work. It's much better than not getting paid for hard work. Yes, Johnny, yes. Love the comments. They're so good.
Be working really, really, really hard if I want to be making money. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I work less now than I ever have, ever, and make more money now than I ever have. So it is not about making sure that you're always working hard, but it's working effectively. Okay. And using automation, love automation. So when it comes to your personal growth, I'm talking about, how and where to invest, who to invest with, making sure that you're investing with people who not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. But when you're growing your business, your personal growth and your personal change, investing in yourself and your mindset is going to be key to growing your business. And I want you to think about what you focus on, because so often, and in fact, I was on a coaching call. I still invest in my personal growth. And I was on a coaching call last month, and my coach was talking about, where is your focus? Because talking about things that I don't want. And he said, but you're focusing on things that you don't want instead of focusing on what you want. And whatever you focus on, the universe, God is just wants to give it to you. But if you're always focusing on what you want, then that is what you're going to attract, because that's what your focus is on. That is what your energy is going to, on what you don't want instead of what you want. Okay.
With that argument, you're insinuating that those who are in a lower income environment are there because they're focusing on not wanting financial instability, not wanting debt, not wanting to worry about how they're going to feed themselves and their children, not wanting to worry about their bills, right? Because they're focusing on what they want, not what they do not want. That's why they're in the financial situation that they're in. So if you're in an MLM and you're not making money, it's because you're just fixating on debt. You're fixating on whether or not you can provide for your children. And instead of doing that, we need to focus on what the money is going to do for us, right? Don't focus on debt. Say, if I'm successful here, I'm going to be able to pay off my house. I'm going to be able to move my family to a nice new house. I'm going to be able to take my children on fancy vacations. So if we just manifest that enough, kind of like what Ray told us, it's going to become a memory. What did he say? A memory of our past, a memory of our future, kind of. I don't remember now. But if we just think about it hard enough, it will become our reality, right? I took a quick look back at the first live on them, and it says on their website they lost their company cars and were in $50,000 in debt. Thank you, Lisa. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, $50,000 in debt divided by 5, I don't know, even $10,000 in debt. That's an extraordinary amount of debt. This argument is so BS because random bad shit that we can never expect happens all the time. Yeah. That's really good point. I've had random bad shit happen since moving to my city. I had a horrendous first year here, and it was not my fault. Stuff just happened. Stuff happens, and we can't control it. Yeah, that's a great point.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about love as well, because so often it is us not loving ourselves that keeps us stuck. It is not thinking that we're not worthy of success. It's thinking that we're not worthy of massive success. Maybe it's thinking that we're not worthy of working a couple of hours a day, maybe a couple of hours a week. It's so often we think that we're not worthy of success because we don't love ourselves. Okay. So this whole journey, this whole investment journey starts with the idea that you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, let me know in the comments. If you don't love yourself, can you start from today by looking at
none of your business if we don't love ourselves. We do not need to be sharing whether we love ourselves with a random woman on YouTube. None of your business. And that's also gaslighty too, right? So you're in your MLM doing what you're told, you're losing money. Oh, you just don't love yourself. It's like, well, I do actually. I'm working on myself. I'm working on improving. I think I'm in a great spot. I have great relationships. I'm being a great parent to my kids. I do love myself. Well, you just don't love yourself enough. And then you could start to think that there's like something wrong with you, or you don't have enough self-confidence, or maybe like they're insinuating that you shouldn't love yourself. Oh, I hate that so much. I hate it. Because you can't actually measure it, right? I'm struggling looking at the camera. I'm going to stare at it. I'm just like looking around the room instead. You can't actually measure the love that someone has for themselves. You can't quantifiably measure it. You can't quantifiably measure someone's money mindset. You can't quantifiably measure someone's attitude, someone's belief in themselves. You can't. So it's a really easy way to distract them from the fact that it's the pyramid scheme structure that's making it impossible for them to make money. Okay. Johnny, if she's actually making a lot of money, it's because she's making it off of her poor downline. Yes, fantastic point. I'm in debt, but it's a mortgage, not MLM orders. Good point. Good point. If you don't love yourself, let me know in the comments. Ugh. No, I'm not going to let you know in the comments because that's private. There's no privacy in this industry. I do not need to tell you if I have issues with my self-confidence. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. She's hunting for contacts. Like engagement, right? Like people comment on under her video and then she will go and like message all of them, right? Probably, you're right. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I need to eat a bagel.
Yourself in the mirror and telling yourself that I love you. I challenge you to do that because this whole investment process comes from a place of self-love, okay, and self-belief and belief that you are worthy of it, okay. The fourth thing in this investment and how to invest in yourself is building in rewards. If you don't build in rewards along the way, you're going to give up very quickly, okay. And I want you to imagine that you are climbing a mountain. Okay. And if your reward is only going to be
while listening to this story, some of you may have watched the Michael Neiman Beachbody stream where he told us to do 100 business celebrations a month. So let's just, if you remember that, compare that narrative that he was pushing to what she's going to say here. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, I'm craving a bagel. They're my favorite food. They're cheddar cheese bagel, and I like to put butter on them. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
The peak, okay, that reward is going to be very short-lived. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's it. That's gone. I want you to learn, and this is really...
No worries, Anne-Marie. Thank you for joining. We have like 5 minutes of the video left, so you will still have lots of content to watch. Thank you and welcome.
Really important to learn how to celebrate every single win along the way, and to celebrate it in your body. When you feel a win, when you have a win, whether it is taking that first step, whether it is investing in yourself, whether it is doing your first live video, whether it is just having a conversation with somebody that you've been anxious to have a conversation with, whatever it is, whether it is investing and doing your first module in your course, celebrate the win. And I'm not going to do it now, but jump up and down and celebrate the fact that you love yourself enough. Celebrate. Okay.
When we celebrate, are we getting in our feminine energy? Are we like standing up and shaking our hips or going outside and looking at the colors? Is that what we're doing? Like you told us before. So celebrating things is good advice in general day-to-day life, especially if you're having a bit of a harder day, a harder week, harder month, whatever. If sometimes just getting out of bed is a celebration, getting out to see a friend, having the energy to go out on a date, right? That's all great. Like that's good. That's good advice generally in day-to-day life. But if you're celebrating every little part of your business, if you're celebrating things that have nothing to do with financial gain. So if you're celebrating, oh my God, I did the first module of my course. That is not directly leading to financial gain for you. Having one conversation is not leading to a paycheck for you. So we're just celebrating all of these useless milestones, in my opinion, as a way to distract us from the fact that we're not making any money. So we don't have time to sit there and think and actually make a profit and loss statement because we are just celebrating and jumping up and down for every little thing we do. Don't forget to lick the stream. It tastes like cream cheese. Woo. What kind of cream cheese? Let's say herb and garlic cream cheese.
Wait until you've hit your big goal. Because if you wait until you hit your big goal, that's way off in the distance. Just like climbing a mountain. Could be how many hours of hard slog climbing a mountain just to have a quick whoo at the top of the mountain that you hit the top of the mountain instead of celebrating every single step along the way. Really important to celebrate every single step along the way. Okay. And I actually just want to leave you with a thought. If you know the bamboo story, you know that if you go and plant a bamboo seed, and water it and feed it, and you go back the next day, and you go back the next week, and then the next month.
Same here, Carol. Same here.
And the next year, and there's nothing. And you go back 2 years later, and there's nothing. You go back 3 years later, and there's nothing. You go back 4 years later, and there is nothing. And you go back 5 years later, and you have a 50-foot bamboo. And what that has been doing, what that bamboo seed has been doing, is putting roots down into the ground. It's been building and building and building roots so that when it does grow, the foundations are so strong that bamboo is never going to fall over. And I want you to relate your personal growth and your investment in your business to the bamboo, because you may not see results immediately. The results may come down the road. They may not come. They may not come in a week, 2 weeks, a month. They may come in 6 months. They may come in a year. They may come in 2 years. I don't know when it's going to happen for you. But what I do know is that if you invest in yourself and you invest in your business, in your education, in your personal development, in your health, in your finances, when you make sure you look after your finances, if you do those investments, okay, that you are building roots so deep that.
So that's related to what Lipinic said about toxic positivity. So if we're not making any money, we're struggling, we're going into debt. Oh, geez, what was that? Saliva got stuck in my throat. We're not making any money. We're going into debt. We just need to keep going. We need to set our roots, build our foundation, because if we just keep going long enough, we will succeed. And she's not able to tell us an exact time frame because she knows that the vast majority of the people in her company, in her team, or whatever coaching company, they're not making any money, but she wants them to stay in for as long as possible. So even if someone is in her business for 5 years putting in money and not making any money, she wants them to keep going. So she'll say something like, oh, if you just keep pushing, you will achieve your dreams. If you keep pushing, your success, your new house, your debt-free life is just over that hill. I'm a bamboo. Same. We're all bamboo.
That when your business does skyrocket, okay, whenever that may be, because it may not be immediate, but whenever your business does skyrocket, your roots are so strong that nothing is going to stop you, that you have such.
Your business is not going to skyrocket, and these women are not going to help you skyrocket your business.
A strong foundation that you can grow, and literally the sky is the limit. Okay, let me know what your biggest takeaway has been from this. I would love to hear. But if you want to learn more and you want to invest in your network marketing business and learn how to get more sales using social media and using automation and grow your business and get the results that you want to get from the beaches who have been where you are, I can promise you we have been where you are, and we are where you want to be. Okay, then click above the video and we will help you get there. Excited to see you, and thanks for joining me. I hope you got a ton of value from this. Cheers, bye.
Did you get value from this? I sure didn't. And they've been where we are. Yeah, because you are also in debt in your multi-level marketing company, and everyone in your coaching business is also putting themselves into debt with the promise of success at some point, at some distant future in our lives. Could be 5 years, could be 10 years, could be 10. Who knows? Just keep paying us. We're all being bamboozled. Yeah. Just ignore the debt until you get evicted or they shut your electricity off. Yeah, don't think about that, because if you think about being evicted because you can't pay your rent, then it will happen because you manifested it into your life. And so don't think about trying to get the money for your rent. Think about the feeling of not having to worry about your rent, and then it will become a reality. Right? So what did we learn here? We learned, not to think of the negative things, to have toxic positivity. We learned that we have to stay in our business long enough to build roots and develop a solid foundation. So when our business skyrockets, it's really strong, and we don't know how long it's going to take. Oh my God, what else did we learn? Did anyone else remember what we learned? to invest in ourselves, to invest in our business, invest in our health, invest in our spirituality, set aside money for taxes, even though we don't have any money, set aside money for vacation, even though we probably don't have any money because we're in this industry, right? Tell me if I forgot anything. Oh, yes. Johnny said we don't love ourselves. Yes, we also learned that. And we learned that's what's keeping us back, holding us back in our multi-level marketing business. I'm just typing in. I keep meaning to do this. Like, why do I have a YouTube email if I never tell people about it? If you have any ideas for a video like Amway, if you have anything Amway related, send it to me. I'm super interested in Amway. Or if you have anything like coaching business related, I'm getting more into that. If you come across anything cool, feel free to send it to me there, please. Oh, Tatiana said, celebrate every step of the way. Thank you for that reminder, Tatiana. We did learn that as well. I'm going to put that up here. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you to all the people who were in the chat. I was not expecting this many friends to be here. Thank you so much. I want to go live on Friday, probably for Mary Kay. There's a Mary Kay speech. I think it's a speech, but we don't see her talk from 1991, and I think it's super interesting. So if you want to join me live for that, you can. And yeah, that's all I have. That's all I have. Thank you, Live Panic. Thanks for watching it. I really appreciate it. Julie, I will enjoy my bagel for sure. Thank you. Bye, everybody. So I'll see you guys on Friday, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye.